You know, honestly, I don't know how you YouTubers do it. You obviously don't have a wife or kids or a family or a job or a wife. I don't see how you make these YouTube videos all the time. You obviously aren't doing much during the day. Well, I know it's been overdue, but here we are. We're back with the Miata 911, and let's start breaking this down. Sorry guys, it's taking way too long.
Welcome to the channel. We are Ratson Racing. My team and I have been racing the 24 Hours of Lemons for over 10 years. We've had our ups and we've had our downs. Way down. Failure is always an option. Enjoy the insanity.
That's why. It's here, isn't it?
Well, here we are again, where we left off. Just wrapped up at MSR Houston. Drove Nate's 280Z. Guys will probably see that in the wrap-up video. But not much has changed. So we're going to start breaking this thing down. Talk to John Pagel. For those of you who don't know who John Pagel is, he's the grand poobah of Lemons Tech and can tell you what's legit and what's not. But here we are. Ordered a roll cage from John. It's supposed to be coming in a few weeks. And here we go. I thought I'd give you guys a better look at this this thing. Again, it's a early 80s Porsche 911 turbo replica. It's basically a fiberglass body that we are going to graft onto a 2000 Mazda Miata. As you can see, the previous owner cut away the fenders, the hood. We're gonna have a lot that we're gonna have to kind of graft into. But it is a complete car. It's got a full interior right now. It is a 5-speed. Still got the convertible top. We'll start tearing this thing down for you guys so we can show you what's what. It's not a bad little car. Battery's dead right now because it's been sitting for a while. But we will gut the entire interior. Like I said, Pagel's gonna fab up a roll cage for us and we'll get it welded in. Really want to try to eliminate a floor drop if I can. Take a good look at the fenders here. Previous owner went ahead and started cutting them up, as you can see, to graft them onto the Miata fenders. So we'll just get these out of the way. Came with this RSR style bumper, front and rear. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'd love to put these on there, but I've also got the stock bumper back here that came with the car, or if you want to call it stock. It appears to be riveted or screwed together from several different bumpers with tons and tons of Bondo. I mean, whoever originally built this, they did put a lot of time and effort into it, but as you can see right here, there's 3 different bumpers, plastic bumpers that are kind of hodgepodge together. I'd like to make this one work, but we'll figure it out. We'll go ahead and get this RSR bumper off here for now. Apologize, I'm trying to do all this with one hand. That's it out of the way real fast. Let's get this out. I just have these fenders kind of sitting on the Miata fenders here. Let's get that out of the way. Ooh, slant nose, like it. All right, get this hood out of the way. Some damage here. This is fiberglass. What's crazy is, put this hood over, not very heavy. You can see that there's an inner shell and this outer fiberglass shell. The previous, I guess the builder, in wisdom, decided to use gate latches. Where have we seen gate hinges used before? I wonder. All right. Motor looks pretty tired. The previous owner did do some basic maintenance. It actually runs really good. It's got over 200,000 miles on it though. So we'll freshen it up a little bit. It's got plenty of power for a car this size, and we'll be doing some weight reduction too. So it should be a lot of fun. Get to the back here. You can see where the previous guy started to kind of cut the body into shape. We'll wind up molding this in. I'll cut more of this body out, and we'll make sure that this is nice and molded in. I really wanted to make the top removable in case we needed to get to the roll cage or do any maintenance, but I don't think that's going to be possible. As you can see, we just got it screwed in for now, but it's thick. The bumper and bodywork, one molded piece. The guy who built the car, I guess, just loved Bondo and fiberglass and had it all kind of glued together. I may actually rejoin these two and again make this whole rear section one piece. One downside is that the whale tail has been cut, but this thing weighs like 7 million pounds. There's part of the Datsun hood under there. I don't know if you can see that. That's part of the original 310 hood. This is normally a vent with Porsches, and he basically backfilled all of this with Bondo and metal. So I'd like to turn that into a vent again. Who knows? It had a set of PT Cruiser tail lights on it that Scott actually, he did a really good job taking them off and filling this in and fiberglassing it. So there's hope yet of getting a lot of this kind of glued back together. Oh, look, Home Depot special again, gate hinges. Where have we seen gate hinges again? I can't remember. It'll come to me. All right, so again, a lot of cut up here. A lot of body work we're gonna have to do on this one. This one is obviously gonna be a lot more cosmetic than anything else. Came with a ton of parts. Scott pretty much threw in everything he bought for it. There's some new lights. We'll go through all this. Amazon, okay. Here is the spray paint for the wheels. These wheels are actually really nice. They were originally blue, and then we just rattle canned them this bronze color. I really like the bronze. We'll decide what we're gonna do. There is a spacer. I don't know if you can see this, but the car is actually lifted about an inch with these spacers. He was gonna make it one of those off-road safari style Porsches from back in the day. Some more junk that's still in here. As you can see, guys, I really haven't had time to go through this thing yet. License plate. It's the fuel door. Okay, what we got here? Lug nuts. These nuts. Oh, sweet. I'll take those. All right. Like I said, Scott said he had bought a lot of started to buy a lot of stuff for it. Ooh, sweet. New headlights. Man, those are sexy. Okay, thanks, Scott. Definitely put those to use. Plate. V-Power. Plugs, yep. NGK. I like NGKs. That's a little box. That hasn't been used. Okay. Registration. Owner's manual. 2000. Mazda Miata. Still in there. Might come in handy. And some bulbs. But again, as you can see, I mean, it's a complete car. It's in great shape. The dash isn't cracked. I'm going to try to maintain the dash. One thing we haven't done in any of our previous builds is actually keep the dash in the car. I know a lot of the spec Miata guys love to keep the dashes in. I'd love to keep the center console in, not this part back, but at least this part right here. It's always a great place to mount gauges. We're not going to run AC. We might run a heater. We'll have to wait and see. Good look at the top here. In the back, convertible top's still there, so we'll have to figure that out. And here is going to be one of the biggest challenges. As you can see, the cut isn't great. But ironically, it lines up really well with the roof line of the Miata. So what I'm thinking is we take some fiberglass, you know, over it, blend it in or bond it in. We could also install the convertible top roof latches on this as well, and then have it to where it actually bolts on, and then maybe backfill it with some fiberglass in the front just to. But the first thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get the roll cage in here. And one of the biggest challenges putting a roll cage in a Miata, I'm 6'2", 220. Our biggest driver, Daniel, is actually about 6'4". So I really wanted to eliminate a floor drop. It's probably not gonna happen. We're probably gonna have to do a floor drop in this thing. And the biggest challenge, obviously, is gonna be getting this body married to this car with a roll cage in it.
Married?
Married.
Married?
Yeah, married.
Married?
Married. Jeez.
That's gonna be a huge challenge, because I really wanna maintain the look of a 911. I really don't want an exo cage coming out. I really wanna maintain this roof line. So we'll see, that's gonna be a big challenge. Let me pull the whale tail off, and then let's look in the trunk. See if I can do this one-handed. Jesus, this thing weighs like 400 pounds. All right, you can see where he cut away the whale tail. I can actually get a replacement, just 911 rear deck lid, but this being a Lemons car, we're gonna try to repurpose everything and keep costs to the bare minimum. There's a lot of parts here that I'm gonna be selling as well, which for those of you that don't know Lemons, you know, $500 is kind of the shtick. You gotta stay with $500. But if you buy a car for $1,000 and you wind up selling another, you know, all the parts and $1,000, you're basically at zero. Keep that in mind when you're building a Lemons car. We did that with the Ratson. I only paid $300 for that car, and I wound up making almost $1,000 just selling the seats and the dash and all the other genuine Datsun goodness out of it. Okay, it looks like some of the fiberglass that he cut out of the fenders, so I threw that in the back. Put that over here. Weather stripping. Okay. Always use that maybe. Oh, here's the other headlight. So I got a set of Miata headlights if anybody needs a set. I'm gonna put this over here with the other one. All the other goodness. All right. Yeah, like I said, the top's still good. Somebody may be looking for a tan top. I actually think it has a glass windshield in the back. We'll pull that out here in a minute. I'll show it to you guys. Steering wheel cover. Looks like a heat shield for the, yep. I may or may not want to put that back on. Oh, nothing but lies. Why do these people write fiction? There's a Miata taillight. If anybody needs a Miata taillight, we'll put that in the good pile. Some more stuff. Ooh, okay, let's use the can opener to cut that. Ooh, shop tail. Sweet. There's the other tail light. Okay, put that. So I got a pair of Miata tail lights now. If anybody needs a set of 2,000 Miata tail lights, hit me up. What's in here? ECS tuning. We'll open that later. Put that over here. Looks like the convertible top cover. Alright. I think this is one of the switches he replaced. I don't know if you guys can see that. A lot more junk back here. Never had too many funnels. Alright. Back to the trunk. mystery bag, another funnel. Ooh, water. That's fantastic. Screwdrivers. More water. Still water. Okay. Yeet. Another. I'll take free tools any day of the week. I don't know about you guys. And more of these nuts. That's really disgusting. I'm gonna have to get in here and clean this out a lot better and try not to do it one-handed. Tell you what I am gonna do. I'm gonna take the top off here, and I'm gonna pull the back off and show you guys the rest of it. Stand by. Here, I want to give you guys a better idea of what I'm talking about this roof line and how we're going to try to maintain that roof line with a roll cage. So I'm going to get in here, and again, I'm 6'2", and with the standard seat, the factory seat, my head is on the roof. I mean, I'm right here. So with a helmet on, there's no way I'm going to fit in here. So I'm going to pull the stock seat out, sit on the floor to see where we're at, because again, one of the biggest challenges in putting a roll cage in a Miata for someone like me and some of my other drivers is just having enough room to where we pass tech. Again, your helmet has to be 2 inches below the top of the roll cage. So that's going to be a really big challenge for us on this thing. So let me pull the seat out and let's see how much room I've got. Well, got the seat out. Wasn't hard at all. These manual seats, you gotta love it. And look at that. You gotta love it when your Lemon's car starts paying you back. It's been in here a while. Absolutely filthy. But let's see how we fit. All right, with the seat out, let's see how much headroom I've got here. I am on the floor, and there's the helmet on. It's going to be really, really close. I really, really want to try to not have to do a floor drop in this car if we can get away with it. But I'm wondering if I could get a Kirky seat and get it down in here. Can we get below this roll cage once we get it done? So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue to tear this thing down, and let's get this top off. Show you guys this thing without the hard top on it. I had to grab a drill. That's really all we had holding on the roof line. And this thing is not heavy at all. Well, as you can see, he started to cut up the outer skin pretty good. We'll trim all this out of the way and get the 911 body snug. Again, we can trim a lot more of this out of the way. Here's the top. I'll give you guys a look at that in case somebody needs a Miata top. It's got bird shit on it, but what convertible doesn't? It does have the glass rear window. So if anybody out there needs a tan Miata top, hit me up. I'll give you guys a killer deal. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, let me know. I'll even deliver it for you. But again, all the interior needs to go. Here's a better look at the suspension. You can see how high this thing is, even with the body cut away. Again, this thing's lifted again about an inch. He made these wheel spacers out of like a cutting board or something. So again, I got a lot of body work to cut away. Run here. Original trunk. He's got that held down with that broom handle. Again, we'll come back in and we'll clean that up. We'll get as much of that out of there as we can. I know some of you have concerns that, hey, judges may not like this. This is going to be considered what they call a hat car, which they really frown upon. And a hat car is basically where you take the entire body of one car and put it onto another. In this case, we're really not doing that. It's maintaining Miata underneath. So all the suspension, interior, body, except for the outer skin, is Miata. The front fenders will still remain Miata. We'll just graft those Porsche 911 fenders into these. There may be a little trimming to get that to snug in there, but as much as I love fiberglass, not really. It'll look really good when it's done. Okay, one thing I just noticed is where the hell is the battery in this thing? Like I said, I don't know Miata, so let me figure this out. Well, thanks to the old handy dandy owner's manual here, I finally figured out where the battery is. The battery is in the trunk. Told you guys I didn't know anything about Miatas, so this is interesting. Pull this junk out. And there we go. What do we got there? Never start? Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and charge this battery up. It's been sitting for a while, like I said, and it's dead. So I'm gonna charge the battery and we'll get it fired up for you guys so you can actually hear this baby run. Stand by. Again, everything's here. It's complete. I will be the first to admit I don't know anything about Miatas. So this is gonna be a learning experience for me as well. You can get a look again at the way he did trim the front fenders. Again, he was going for that off-road Safari 911 look. So the front fenders have been trimmed already. We'll get them to fit. Here's the wheels. And here's the convertible top situation. Again, I'm wondering if we can't repurpose these latches here. Maybe find a spare set somewhere. Put those on the top and then have a way to latch that onto this. And then if we need to, do a layer of fiberglass over the top of that and just blend all in. Windshield's in great shape. It's not cracked at all. Well, guys, that's it for today. We'll continue to tear this thing down. Finally got a break over the holidays here, so I'll be at my shop probably for the next 2 weeks straight, ripping this thing down, and we'll post new videos as we make more progress. If you guys want to see anything or have any questions, put it in the comments below. Again, I don't know anything about Miatas, so if you've got ideas that we can do from a roll cage perspective or from an interior perspective, suspension ideas, it is a Miata in lemons, so, you know, we're gonna have some fun with this one. All right, guys. Until the next one.